All right, 3D, I'm going to show you how to start coil building on a bowl, and you need to do both of your bowls at the same time so they match and they are symmetrical. So I'm going to kind of be flip-flopping cameras. Okay, so I have my base, okay, and I have some scrap clay. I also need my fork, my spoon, and my template. Okay, so when I hold my template on the base, okay, so when I hold it on the base, I can see my base and I can see that my bowl needs to go out and straight up. So I need to know where to place my coils in order to build, okay? If I roll a coil and I place it on the outer edge, it's going to start to go out. If I place the coil more on the top, it will go up. If I place a coil more inner, it will go in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to roll a coil. Now, some of you might not have had 3D last year, but I'm going to show you how I want you to roll a coil. You're going to get a hunk of clay and you're going to start squeezing it. When you squeeze it, you're going to roll it. When you squeeze it, I am taking my fingers and pinching right here, and this is making the coil about a quarter, like quarter size this way or thumb size, but I'm just squeezing and squeezing until this is all even thickness. Okay, I'm going to show you this again with this angle. So I'm going to get my hunk of clay and I'm going to start squeezing. This is how I want you to make coils. Okay, we're not rolling the clay on a desk or table because that actually allows it to become uneven if you're applying uneven pressure. This is not going to be uneven because if I'm squeezing and always pushing my fingers in the same spot, that distance inside my hand is always going to be the same. Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze. You might see ridges for where your fingers are, but this is even, and they are the same size and thickness. So we're squeezing our coils. So as you keep going, okay, my stencil is here, okay? I need my bowl to go out and then up. So I'm going to score with my fork on the outer edge. Then I'm going to score my coil. And you need water. So this in here is all my little scraps of clay from my tile project. And I put water on it. And if I mix this up, this makes slip. If you haven't been saving your scraps, that's fine. Water will, just water will work. So I'm going to put a little bit of water on here. Now, when I put water, if I rub this and the scoring goes away, that I need to rescore. Only a tiny, tiny dab of water. If you put too much water on the clay, it's going to ruin it, okay? Now, when I have a coil here, I cannot keep going round and round. What I have to do is when this is touching this, I need to cut it. I'm going to cut it with my fork so that my ends, they butt up. They butt up side to side. So this needs to butt up to here, okay? So what I have is, I have one coil that's slowly going out on my pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my finger because my finger is my best scoring tool, and I'm going to very carefully start to push down, down, down. And it almost feels like I put a little bit too much water in a few spots because it feels really wet. It should not feel really wet. Okay, I'm going to use my finger to smooth. And the base of your bowl is like the most important structure. So please take your time in it. Now, I also have to smooth this area out. So I'm going to start to push, and you can see it's stuck to my tile. That's okay. I can put, if I don't want this to stick to my tile, I can put a piece of paper down. I could put a paper towel down. I can even put this in a plastic bag so it doesn't stick. But I'm going to start to smooth this. Okay. So my finger is the best smoothing tool. Okay. I'm going to pinch it. I'm just pushing, pushing, pushing. Okay. Now, I'm going to add one more coil, and then I'm actually going to set mine outside for 10, 15, 20 minutes because this clay is so wet. So now I'm going to put my stencil here, and I'm going to see. It needs to go out probably one more coil's worth. So I'm going to score on this outer edge. And I'm going to switch cameras because I'm going to show you this again. Okay. So I have my bowl. If I put a coil on the outer edge like this, what it's doing is it's making it go out, okay? If I set my coil on top, it makes it go up. If I set a coil inward, it makes it go in. So you need to pay attention to where you are putting the coil, okay? Outer edge goes out, straight on top goes up, inner edge it goes in, because that's going to determine how you build your bowl, okay? So I need to put it on the outer edge. I'm going to get a tiny dot of water. And if your clay is so wet, you might not even need water, okay? I'm going to put, nope, that coil is too small to put there, to butt up edge to edge. So again, I'm going to score a coil. Make it even. I'm going to score it. Make sure my ends are scored. That end is scored. I'm going to put it down, and I need to cut it. Okay, just cut it with my fork, put it down. So, keep all my scraps together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start to smooth this. Turn it. I'm going to compare it right now to my stencil. Yes, so it's about the same size. Okay, I'm going to smooth it with my finger. We all have some form of a rib tool in our bag. I'm going to smooth it with my rib tool. Scrape off the excess. Make sure you don't cut your finger when you do that. And then very carefully, because this is really plastic and wet, I'm going to start to smooth the back side. And again, my clay is really plastic. So I'm going to now stop this video. I'm going to set this outside for 10, 15, 20 minutes because it's hot out. If it's cold out, I could still set it outside. I want this to just get stiffer. I could even blow dry this, but it is too wet for me to continue building on. Like if I keep building right here up, what's going to happen is the weight of the clay is going to push this down and it's going to sag. It can even crack or break. So I'm going to set this outside for 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to bring it back in and I'm going to continue building probably 4 more coils up until I have my bowl.